Hello, people, and thank you for being once again here in Fyxshion Radio. We got a really awesome anime to talk about. So Shinja, can you tell us a little bit about Heroman?
All right. Well, Heroman, before we get into the plot, it's the really special anime and really interesting because this anime was actually created by Stan Lee
Mm-hmm.
and Bone Studio,
Yep.
uh, which, like I had heard people say, oh no, he didn't like actually do anything with the anime. He had just like talked about it, but no, he actually wrote up the story
Mm-hmm.
and then Bone Studio, obviously, they did all the artwork and whatnot because they're, an animation company. But it's really interesting to see like this as a creation of Stan Lee. So if you like Stan Lee, and if you like Marvel, you probably like Hero Man.
Oh
Hero Man,
yeah.
uh, Hero Man takes place in like alternate universe America.
Yeah.
Like basically like takes place in this town called Center City, and it's supposed to be like in the west coast of the US, like Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But our protagonist is Joey, and
Joey Jones.
yeah, Joseph Carter, Joey Joe. Super, American.
Super American. Yeah.
Jojo. I just noticed.
Yeah.
This is Joseph Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he lives with his sister and with his grandmother, and they run a diner. And they're pretty poor. They're shit poor.
Yeah.
As every like great superhero is, except like Tony Stark and what's another rich one? Batman.
Yeah.
But he's just a normal boy, really kind of wimpy. He gets picked on.
Yeah,
Like
typical
he's
bully, typical kid at school, and
Yeah, it's just like it's just an average story. There's
yeah,
nothing special about
hmm
him, to be honest. Like,
right.
not to downplay this character, but one day he sees a toy. The toy is called I'm trying to remember it right now. Uh, it doesn't matter. It's a toy that he sees on TV, and he like really wants it, but he can't afford it because it's expensive.
Right.
But he finds one that was abandoned by someone. So he tries fixing it, but it's not really working. It looks fine on the outside, but it's not doing anything. And then, very anime-like, the thing gets struck by lightning,
Yep.
and it's now a giant robot
Yep.
that he controls with this thing that like hooks up to his arm, and so it
Yes.
just basically does what he wants him to do. And so he dubs him Hero Man. Now, Hero Man never speaks. He's just kind of like a almost emotionless robot. But
hmm
I mean, like as the story progresses, you see he has more personality.
Oh yeah, he totally does.
But the
hmm
the protagonist here is Joey. Really,
Yes.
it's like Hero Man does what Joey basically tells him to do.
Yeah. So Joey has this remote control on his left arm, which he can't control Hero Man. Uh, Only obeys his command. That controller it does have a lot of things in it. It has a shield, of course, and it also lights of lightning and all that stuff. Obviously, he does not
Yeah,
attack with it. He just uses it as defense or any or something like
yeah.
that.
It's like he kind of discovers it like later on because at the
Yeah,
beginning it almost does nothing
nothing at
really.
all. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, he becomes more useful. It seemed like it augmented some of his abilities a little better as well. Because
Right.
like he at like some point like actually like you know seems more physically fit than he than he is. Like he's a wimpy kid.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be able to move around like he does in some scenes.
Right.
Now he doesn't do anything crazy though.
Mhm. Mhm.
But yeah, So he's got a robot friend that he controls, and then they fight aliens that invade the Earth.
Yep.
Whoa, what a coincidence that as
Yep.
soon as he gets the power, aliens show up. I
Yep.
wonder if it's connected somehow.
Yes. Wow.
I honestly don't know. I mean, because the anime doesn't go that far, unfortunately.
No, not at all. This anime had also manga volumes. You can actually buy the mangas and just read them. So yeah, this anime, dude. Wow, it gives me a lot of nostalgia just by looking back at 2010. I can't believe I'm saying this. Nostalgia at 2010. This was actually.
It's been almost 10 years.
Yes,
now,
it
you
is.
know?
Yeah. I was 17 back then, if I'm not mistaken. 17 or 16. I don't know. I think I was 17.
I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, something like
17, I think, is the correct age.
that. Yeah. So, I don't know if you watched it with me, Shinja. I think you did, like, at the same time.
Yeah, I watched it as soon as it came out.
Yeah, me too.
Oh man, speaking about that, Anime Crazy was still up because that's where I watched it.
Damn. I used to watch it. I think it was a Go-Go anime.
That's still up. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah, it's been a while. It's interesting. I think it's on Crunchyroll now. I might have to double check that, but I think I did see it on there.
Well, this was going to air in Disney XD, and it failed. I was like really hyped when Disney XD was in the hype zone. Like Disney XD used to have really cool shows, and they were going to get Heroman into this. Like, okay, let's get this dub, but they didn't.
Okay, so I did confirm it's on Crunchyroll.
Is it Crunchyroll? Okay.
For anyone,
Nice.
for anyone who wants to watch it. 26
episodes, exactly. Yeah.
And dude, for something that was like 10 years ago, like it hasn't aged badly. You know, it looks pretty darn good.
The animation.
I like the
looks
character
top-notch.
designs.
Yes.
Yeah, the animation is really good. It just. It's beautiful. It's really really nice. I like it. I don't know what more to say about the animation other than it's really pretty.
Oh yeah.
Now it's just weird thinking that these are all Americans because like,
oh yeah.
you know, like you get used to anime for a while and like Americans in anime are usually portrayed differently.
Totally differently.
Like the way they're like drawn and whatnot.
Yes.
No one here looks like they're drawn that way typically. They Japanese art styled them more.
Just
And I think it was just to make it more relatable to like
Yeah,
a Japanese audience.
just there's a lot of people with gold hair.
Yeah, blonde hair.
Blonde
I mean,
hair.
when that's
Yeah.
not common in Japan anyway.
Yeah.
So like they, like you know, in Japan you see someone blonde or they see someone blonde, they immediately think, oh,
Oh, it's
they're-
American.
Right.
It's American.
Yeah, American or foreigner.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not. I think Heroman resembles a lot Captain America, but in robot. It's because of its color, his. I mean, Heroman does not speak at all, but later on in the series, he began to get these emotions too because he cares about Joey, and when Joey gets hurt, then he gets pretty angry and all that, and you'll
It's
see it
like
in the
he
series.
has some sort of will of his own. He's not just a
Exactly.
robot.
Exactly. Or toy robot. He's still a toy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than just a
Toy. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, like I can see what you mean by like he kind of resembles Captain America. Like, I mean, like just look at his name, like Heroman.
Yeah.
Like, the thing was kind of designed to just kind of be like, oh man, big, epic, strong, and like Captain America kind of like is the same design in a way, like
Yeah.
like, oh, freaking America, heck yeah, that's kind of the
Exactly.
design, like going for him like really badass and strong and quick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, so, but yeah, they went with a pretty simplistic design. I don't understand the big red circle.
I think because of the hero, the
Uh,
O. Yeah.
yeah, it makes a cool pose, like when
Yeah.
he flexes, it's a normal circle.
Yeah, it's a normal circle. Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I think Hero Man. Wow, it's just for me. It's like way too hard to just like think of the characters right now. Like,
There aren't a lot of characters
yeah,
in this
there's a
anime.
lot.
It they no one really gets paid attention to. Like you got Joey, the protagonist, obviously. You got his family, like the sister and the grandma.
I think his
And
sister
then
is Holly, something like that. Holly.
yeah, and then you got the love interest,
Oh yeah.
Lena or something.
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. Yeah. And
Um,
the typical black friend stereotype.
I don't even remember there
Dude,
was
yeah,
a
he
black
had an
friend.
afro. I
Oh
think,
yeah, he did have like what, two friends or something.
yeah. One of
I
them was
can't
black.
remember really well. Yeah.
One of them was
But
black.
anyway, it's like, like no, they don't really delve into anyone's story or like a lot of other characters. This is literally just Joey's life and like his family and obviously the love interest.
Oh yes.
But that's kind of about it,
Yes, it
I'm
kinda
sure
is.
like I'm sure if like the anime continued, maybe there'd be more people
Yeah.
introduced,
Yes, yes.
but I don't know. Maybe
Maybe
in the manga.
in the
it's different.
manga, yeah. Maybe in the manga, which is written, and of course Stanley wrote it, and yeah, the most probably there's more details in the manga than in the anime. Since in the anime,
But
I think they were like aiming towards kids.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's like also I think this is just Stanley's like writing style in a way,
Yes.
like
Yes.
or
Mhm.
like when it comes to like Western like superhero like
Mhm.
comics and stuff.
Correct. Mhm.
Like the way it's usually written, it's like you got like the whole comic focuses on like the protagonist, and then again like their parents, maybe because sometimes they don't have parents involved at all. Let's
Right,
take
yeah.
Spider-Man for example. You got
Yeah.
Peter Parker, you got Aunt May, and then you got Mary Jane, and then you got the best friend Harry, right?
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
And those are the only people that you'll see like Peter interact with.
Yeah, the
And
close
sometimes
ones.
he'll talk to them, and some episodes you'll get closer and whatnot, but they don't do anything
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Nothing ever happens. They're just there. And then there's the villain.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah,
the
exactly.
protagonist and the villain get the biggest airtime. The love interest gets thrown into every chaotic scene possible to add more drama.
Oh yeah.
And then the parent or sibling there to give wisdom and is also kind of thrown into chaos. And then the friend, just is the friend.
Mhm.
He just kind of pushes the protagonist sometimes,
Ah yes.
but
Yes.
like, it's just the friend. It's like if my friend was like freaking Spider-Man and I'd found out, I'd be like, dude, you like I don't know, like make a costume or something. That's literally all the friend is there, kind of like just to add stupid reasons and stuff.
Oh yes. 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 And that's the most thing that I love about the series. I mean, even though they didn't like do something in the series per se, but they had a purpose for the actual protagonist. They actually some of them actually pushed him forward because he's a wimp. Let's just be real.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So
There's and it's like what there's an episode I think that it's very common in other animes where something tragic happens doesn't want to use the power anymore, and then
Oh
his
yeah.
friends talk him out of it, or
Yeah.
something happens, and it's like, I need to be the hero, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't want to say that we've seen it before, but it's different when you see it in anime because this is Stan Lee's writing, and
Yeah,
seeing it in anime and in manga is just it's precious. I just need to say because thank you, Stan Lee, because of this. What you did right here is like this is gold because even though
yeah,
it was like 26 episodes and a few volumes of manga, you made a freaking anime.
yeah.
And
No, it's such an amazing thing to see
yes,
that he really cared about like creating stories and
indeed, yes.
really finding different ways to like tell his story. And so the fact that he like saw manga and was like, hey, I want to take a crack at creating my own version of this, like,
Exactly.
it was really cool. And then he makes a cameo in there, as he does
I
make a
think in a
cameo in
few episodes,
everything.
yeah, I think in a few episodes he makes cameos there.
I think, yeah, there's a few. The most famous and blatant one is one where he's asking Joey for some coffee.
Oh yeah,
Um,
in the freaking coffee shop, and like,
yeah, that's the most obvious one. But there's
Yeah.
other ones where he's kind of like in the background or something.
yes, yeah. But he actually makes a cameo in anime. That's pretty cool, and I love
Yeah,
that.
it's
He's the
like,
king of
wow,
all
what
cameos.
the-
Yeah, he's the king of all cameos ever since I think it's on the X-Men. I really do not
Oh
remember.
man,
Like,
there's a compilation on
Yeah.
YouTube
Yeah,
that you
it's
could probably
freaking-
look up.
yeah, for most
I,
probably.
I saw one like around the time he passed away. A lot of people were showing those like compilations on Facebook
Oh
and
yeah.
sharing it all over the place. Um, like basically every single Marvel movie just had Stan Lee somewhere,
Yeah.
and like multiple times, sometimes even.
Yes, and seeing him in anime is just like, wow, this is more than just gold. This is just wow. I I think as Hero Man as something that I know it resembles a lot of his past work, but seeing it in anime is just something very different. The fighting scenes seem very anime. Hero Man actually has, I think, 2 or 3 transformations. I do not remember, but he does have transformations. As like, I think the first one is like a blue static coming out from his head, like a Super Saiyan Blue. And there's this other form he transforms into it's himself but in red. And there's this other form. I think it's a black version of him. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember the black version. I do remember the blue
red
version, then the red. Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's like the blue version is like the strongest or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's.
But it happens very few times. It's like when Joey like is filled with emotion or something,
yes.
and you'll see the thing on his wrist, like it fills up like a gauge or something. Like, whoa!
Yes.
I think that's what happened. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's.
If it's not that, I'm thinking of Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, most definitely. Jesus, this.
What?
So I think this
Take
was.
inspiration somewhere maybe.
Oh yes, yeah. So I think this anime actually like was an era of me that I was like bored of mecha. Like I told you before, Shinja. I think Gurren Lagann was like, okay, I need to see this. It's mecha, and I know I'm bored of it. But then 2010 came Hero Man. I was like, okay, let's watch it.
Though to be fair, Hero Man is not mecha at all.
No, it's not. It's just
like, in a way, but not really.
yeah, exactly. Since it's just only robot, he just only fights aliens like real life, unrobotic aliens. Just make that clear. So So I do not remember where these aliens come from. Do you?
No.
No, right? No, not at
I
all.
remember that like at first they're not really like super like obvious. Like I remember there's like an egg
Oh yeah.
somewhere,
Yeah.
and like they're like coming out from underground and stuff, but like I don't remember every little bit. And I don't want to mention too much because I think that's part of the like you know the intrigue of the story is just like where are these aliens like actually
Yeah.
coming from.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really remember, but I do remember like I remember one scene specifically is like Joey flying in an orb and they're like climbing up like an egg or something.
Oh
like,
yeah.
like one of those insect looking alien
Yes.
eggs.
Yeah, these things look like cockroaches mixed with some grasshopper. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So, the fights in this anime. Let's talk about the fights, since it's this whole series is just action packed. It's basically action.
Yeah.
So the animation, it helped a lot because I have not read the manga yet, but this is, like you said in the beginning of the podcast, Shinja. This has a really pretty decent animation and it has aged pretty well. And still today, the animation, I was rewatching some fights. I was like, man, this was lit. This was actually lit. I mean, it was pretty good animation back then, and still now, I can still rewatch it and like it's and be confused of being an anime that is created like 2 years or 3 years ago, and this was actually 10 years ago, basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it aged super well. It's it's not like Dragon Ball fighting, like
no.
like because Dragon Ball fighting it gets to a point where like you don't even see what's happening. It's like there's lines going around and you're like, yeah, people are hitting each other.
Yeah.
like occasional big blast. You're like, whoa, that was epic, but you didn't really see anything.
Yeah.
It's more like you can actually see stuff happening, very purposely choreographed.
Oh yes. So this anime, I think it was, let's see. It's really underrated. I have to admit that this anime has been underrated and forgotten, very forgotten.
It came out and like no one was really talked about it. Like I don't think it was like talked about anywhere. It didn't come to the US. I don't think it even got an English dub, to be honest.
No, not at all, because Disney XD was going to like air it in America, but it never happened. Like I told you, it's just a shame that failed.
No, I don't know why. Like, it reminds me of like what happened with Mega Man Star Force.
Ah, dude, man.
Like that came to Cartoon Network, and Mega Man Star Force is a very similar plot to
Yes.
Heroman.
To Heroman.
It's very similar.
Very similar, yeah.
But it didn't do well. Like they aired 2 episodes, and I guess the ratings weren't great. They didn't get enough views or something. Yeah, no, it was like they didn't do more than like the 2 episodes. I feel like I saw some of the episodes somewhere. Like I know I never saw it on TV other than the 2 episodes, but apparently they did dub a whole bunch of them.
Oh yeah. But
I was disappointed with how that.
It's that these, channels, American channels, just like if there's no ratings, or if it's not popular enough, then we just have to take it out, because that's
maybe like they just saw like it didn't do, like Star Force didn't do well. Like I don't know if Star Force came out around the same time. This is just my speculation.
No, I think it was before.
Anime.
No, wait.
Bringing it over to like.
I think it came out in 2000 or 2009 or 2010 because Star Force became more popular with the DS because it was a DS release. So it kind of like the same around time as Heroman. So these unpopular popular things in Japan, but not as popular in the America, which sucks. And it keeps on sucking because we you and me, Shinja, as as child, we used to watch a lot of really good animes back then. But then when anime started to like fade away on the US, as especially the channels, just like Cartoon Network, Disney XD, Fox 4 Kids, and Toonami, whatever, in Maguzi. I don't know if you remember that. All those they used to show anime there, but they just began to fade away, and like Heroman just came into a really bad era to air on TV. So just like it's not Heroman's fault, but at the same time it just was way too late to air on the television. That's just me, because the television was actually changing back then really fast, and in a really poor state of mind of like these directors, changing everything, cartoons, anime, and all of that. So I think Heroman just suffered of that because it just never aired, or it never, got a dub. Maybe it has a fan dub somewhere, but I don't know. So yeah, it's something that it saddens me because Heroman is a really precious thing that Stan Lee did. Heroman is a really special anime, alongside with the others I've watched. This is a fully recommended anime, so it's most likely that this anime will keep on being the forgotten type of Stan Lee's work. But
hopefully it'll
hopefully So if people know that Stan Lee made this, I think people will like, okay, let's see this, because a lot of people do not know that Stan Lee made this at all.
Yeah, no. Well, because I remember like when this came out, everyone was like, there were a few people saying that like oh, Stan Lee did this, and then a lot of people were like, no, he didn't. Like he just like gave them advice on it and stuff, and but then like I read the Wikipedia page and I was like, oh no,
he made it.
He did make it. I mean, or he wrote the story basically. So it's like this is his,
Exactly. This is his work. I mean, it's something that he did from his mind, and that I think he did that his whole life, writing characters, and one of them was Heroman. And Heroman is actually really inspirational anime too. It has also really besides fighting, it has a lot of really good character development in there. It's not like a really dim or dull kind of like plot or characters. I mean, there's other characters that are static characters, but most of them just grow up with joy, and this is why I love Heroman, and I really love that freaking robot design and most of the character design too. So yeah, even the music and the opening, I just remember a little bit. I just fill me with a lot of nostalgia, because 2010 was a really good year. At the same time, since like I told you, TV was dying it started dying there. So
Yeah.
we were like more towards gogoanime.com or what was the other website?
Well, I would go to Anime Crazy.
Anime Crazy. Damn, I used to, yeah, I used to go there too. Does that still
and
alive?
So like, if no, it died. I was sad because like literally one day they're like, hey, we're closing and we're not coming back, and I would come back occasionally to like check to see if they were like up or not. And you know, nothing, and they still had a Facebook page, but the Facebook page was just discussion. It wasn't anything. So I think they just got a string of bad luck with like copyright claims and stuff, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Either that or they were probably losing money hosting the website.
Yeah. So yeah, people, I think this will be it. I hope you like this episode. Go watch Heroman, just only 26th episode, and or you just can read the manga. Remember, this is a Stan Lee's work, and most appreciated. Rest in peace, Stan Lee. I really thank you a lot for your work and inspiration, because you have inspired us all, and I thank you for that. So this has been Zarapunky.
And this has been Shinja.
And we'll see you guys later.
Bye.